What's up, everybody? Beveraggi here. Thank you for joining the channel once again, and we have more custom Patreon requests. This one is Brother by Matt Corby. I think it's a live performance because it's at Triple J Radio, which I've never heard of, but that makes sense because I was told that this is an Australian artist. So again, very exciting. I'm checking out, I think, my third now Australian artist, because I had no clue that Five Sauce was from Australia until I actually did the reactions to them and looked at the comments after the fact, and then people were telling me, hey, Five Sauce is from Australia. Now I know, and that's really cool. And actually, we're doing a lot of Five Sauce. We're doing like some Patreon stuff over there where I get to hear them talk more, like some more non-music stuff. So I've never heard them speak in my life, so I guess I'll get to hear them speak, which is going to be really exciting. But anyways, this is about Matt Corby today. This actually got requested by two of my Patreons, Sarah and Kylie, so clearly Matt Corby has a serious fan base going on here. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say because I've never heard of him, so we're just going to dive in with that excitement and see what we're going to get.
Friday to you, Australia. Very excited about this rendition of Like a Version, the first Australian Like a Version of 2012. Last week had Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. Today, a man behind one of the biggest tunes of last year. Probably going to do pretty well next week in that little countdown we do called the Hottest 100. You know his track brother very, very well, and we're very excited to have him here this morning. Matt Corby, hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to Triple J, man. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about this amazing track, the story behind it. It comes from a dark place, you reckon?
Yeah. It came from a little sort of quarrel I had with a really close friend this year, and it was a pretty dark time for me. I think I just wasn't really being myself, and I think me and one of my really good mates fell out, and it was because of something really stupid that I did, but it's kind of silly that I wrote a song about it, and like it's like I'm capitalizing on someone else's pain.
No, does the
in,
person
man.
know the songs about this particular thing? Because
I don't know.
That's what you have to write about, though, whatever you go through. Like, whether it's something someone did to you or something you did to someone, those thoughts, especially like as a singer, as a writer, novelist, whatever it is, if you are someone that puts pen to paper or, you know, nowadays types keyboard to computer, you just have to get it out of you. It's the way we express ourselves, and we really can't help it. So I mean, it's funny that he joked about it, though.
yeah, sort of songs heal riffs in when like with someone who hears it who reels about like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, I think lyrically it's ambiguous enough to not
Okay.
realize it's about a particular person.
Yeah, Ed. Okay. Well, let's get this track on the radio. An acoustic version, an intimate performance from Matt Corby, just for you. Full Like a Version on Triple J. Take it away, man.
What? Okay, first of all, this is ridiculous. What he's doing right here to start this off is like legitimately ridiculous. It's not even so much already in that high range is already ridiculous. Like from like a talent standpoint, it's ridiculously amazing is what I mean. But even more impressive is the way he's up there, but completely like doing runs with that like head voice falsetto that he's sitting in. It like that and it's so agile too. Like he's not just doing it, like he's moving that note around so many different places. That's crazy. That kind of talent is crazy. Okay, now he's just playing with me at this point. So that right there is just sickening.
Sleep now under my skin, mate. Show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
Okay, he's got like really ridiculous range because where he went after that, so this is like the melody almost, but where he went after this was in a whole different, like it was more of this soulful kind of delivery, and the contrast between that and then these notes that he's doing here and start off the song with is so stark that it just adds that much more intrigue to the song. This is the kind of person who could sing anything. Like, he can take like the most generic, basic song that has ever, like, he could take some tune for a commercial about laundry detergent and make it sound like it's this epic ballad that's meant to be that's meant to win Grammys and break hearts. This voice, I know he's only been singing for 30 seconds, but I can't, like, when I hear voices like this, it's just, it's an entirely different feeling for me, and it just goes on a whole different level in my brain and a level of appreciation for music and talent. This is just one of those different voices. It's so obvious already.
Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh,
this is
couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blade.
I'm not hearing what man, I want to follow along with the lyrics, but his voice is so ridiculously good. Oh gosh, one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life. It's just so, it's so like naturally beautiful.
Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blade. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blade.
There's something really beautiful about singing a song, and this isn't like complimentary on a personal level, because I know that he wouldn't even want to hear that, because he's singing this song about something, because he just, thankfully I listened to the opening intro and heard his backstory to the song a little bit. He was a little vague about it, but he did something wrong, and he's singing about how he did something wrong. And I love when writers write from the perspective of, they don't say I, they say you, and they're kind of speaking third person, because when he says you, he's talking about himself. But there's something so tragic about that, where he can't even say I, because it's just, whatever happened is so hard for him to deal with that he can't even say I in the song that he's writing. He has to write it from the third party point of view, being him on the outside looking in, because it just hurts him that much.
You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out inside.
Crazy.
Let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin. Show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
I've noticed too, like a little melody riff that he's been doing. I think it's the third time he came around to it. Every time he does it, it's getting more and more emotional. Like, he's adding a lot more depth and emotion and range and styles to the way that he's doing those riffs each time. This has been the most sort of illustrative that he's been about it, and that is definitely done on purpose to add to the the depth and emotion of the song.
Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blade. You cower in the corner. You cower in the corner. Confide in your father.
What is this? What can't he do?
You cower in the corner. Confide in your father. Let it out and say. You cower in the corner. Confide in your father. Let it pass away. Let it break your day. Wait there, pull yourself out of this state.
Oh gosh.
Acknowledge that you were fake. Acknowledge out of. Wait there, pull yourself out of this state. Dear, acknowledge that you were fake. From there on you might just grow.
Oh, this is really. It's fucking sad.
Somebody call unto your brother, he's calling out your name. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. La da 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 da. You couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't have hurt your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame.
Oh,
Hurt your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name.
what?
Somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Whoa, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Whoa, oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor,
This is
you
crazy.
couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame.
I don't even know what to say. That was putting his ridiculously all-time talent to the side for a second, if I may, somehow. That was one of the most accountable, yet at the same time, like shameful songs that I've ever heard. Performances, the combination of it, because of the like true genuine emotion coming across in it, and how it just got increasingly more emotional as the song progressed. Like he sang that chorus like 5 times, which is a lot. And I think the song worked out to be almost 6 minutes, which is very long. So you're gonna have choruses repeated that often. But what was so different about it is how every single time he would sing the riff differently each time. That high note, the woos that he would do, and he would do that more aggressively each time, and also just add like so much more depth and emotion to it each time. But he was doing the same thing with the chorus. Every single chorus, particularly at the last two choruses, he started adding like that really hard rockish sort of grit in his voice that he wasn't doing in the beginning on those particular deliveries of the choruses, and it just got so heavy and emotional, and you could feel everything weighing down on him. You could feel the emotions that were matching those lyrics, where he's like, so he speaks about hiding under the cover, cowering in the corner, like a word like cower, which is already such a powerful word to describe how you just refuse to face the truth of something, or you refuse to be honest about something, or to deal with something in particular, and to totally match the emotion of that with your delivery on those words is it just takes a special kind of person, and it takes a real experience. It takes you to actually really go through something, particularly like he clearly did. Obviously, he said he actually went through it, and he wrote it based on that. And what an experience this was. Because, like, the thing about it is it's so sad. It's so sad and heartbreaking. But at the same time, there's also a level of, you know that he fucked up, right? This is all his fault. All of it. And he said that himself, and he laid that out beautifully in the song also. He's the one that did wrong. So there's something even more tragic about that, but it takes away from the true sadness of it, and it just makes it more tragic as opposed to sad. And it's just, it leaves you in full thought about like what accountability really is, and the things that you've done, and how you can find a way to move past those things and really be like self-aware about the fact that you did those things, and somehow, some way, move on. Man, this was wow. Sarah, Kylie, both of you, this guy is amazing. He's talented on a different level, a top tier level of talent, and I'm stretching out this one video to one of my longer single song reactions, because it really just invoked that much thought and emotion out of me, which is all I can ever ask for from these artists. And it's so crazy. I've never heard of this guy, but his voice, his talent is just like unfathomable, truly. Like, I write music, I make music, I can't even begin to fathom coming out with something like this, singing something like this, and it's sounding like that kind of voice coming out of my mouth, just to me is unfathomable, because it's that good and with that much layer and depth. Okay, I promise I'm done. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the Patreon support. I'll see you on the next video, because I have some Matt Corby to check out, because he needs to, man, he needs to exist in my life, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, bye guys.